What is zone 2 training? Well, zone 2 training is a specific heart rate zone that counts as aerobic effort. It's where your body can still burn fat as a fuel source and where your digestive system still works. So during long sustained efforts, you want to keep your heart rate a little bit lower so you can intake fuel and your body can use that to keep going. Anaerobic is your higher heart rate zones for things like tempo runs and sprints. It's good for maintaining short periods of time at a higher effort, but you can't digest anything.
I got it wrong just a little bit. Your digestive system doesn't shut down at higher heart rate zones. Effectively, when you're in lower heart rate zones, blood is easily allocated to things like your GI tract. So when you're in zone 2 or in a resting heart rate zone, you can easily intake fuel and process that fuel. That's why zone 2 is good for long efforts. When you get into zone 3, zone 4, and zone 5, like higher zone 3 and then zone 4 and zone 5, then it becomes much more difficult for your body to allocate blood to your GI tract, because now it's focusing on putting more resources into the muscles that you're utilizing and your cardiovascular system. So effectively, what's happening is your gut just kind of doesn't altogether stop working. It's just not ready to take in food. So it takes a little bit of time after you're done in the harder heart rate zones in order to start digesting food again. So if you've ever worked out really hard and right afterwards you tried to eat or drink and you just threw it right up, that's what's happening. Your GI tract is not ready to accept food again until your core temperature has come down and your GI tract is ready to accept food again. Anyway, let's go watch me huff and puff a little bit more.
It's important not to go off of anybody else's standards for zone 2 training. If you're on Instagram or YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, you see guys running their zone 2 pace at like 10, 9, 8 minute paces. My zone 2 pace is anywhere between 12 minutes and 30 seconds to 14 and a half minutes per mile. It is a slow trot. And it's supposed to feel slow. It feels painfully slow. Like it's not hard. It's super easy. And it feels like you're just sluggishly moving along. But that's the point. It does improve over time. I currently am training for a full distance Ironman, and over the past 4 weeks I started running again because my knee was injured before that. My zone 2 pace has increased significantly just over the past 4 weeks. I think I've cut about 30 seconds off my mile time, averaging maybe 5 to 10 seconds per week on my longer zone 2 runs. Progress is happening. It's slow, but it does come. My cycling has really improved too. I've noticed over time that I'm able to sustain more power output at a lower heart rate for a longer duration of time. It's also not about just staying within a heart zone. It's your body being able to regulate back into that zone when you get to harder efforts like going up a hill or maybe going a little bit faster pace. Another thing I've noticed over the past few weeks, if I go up a hill or I do a harder effort, my heart rate will spike and go into zone 3 or zone 4, but it's much easier for my body to regulate back down into zone 2. Where do you start with zone 2? Well, you can start with anything. You can start anywhere from 5, 10, 15 minute runs. Today I'm doing an hour and 15 minutes. But the key thing is to stay strictly in zone 2 for long periods of time. It's a great way to burn fat, and it's just awesome for your overall endurance training. It's essential. When I trained for my first marathon, I didn't do the zone 2 training. I just did the distances according to some cookie cutter plan that I found online. And I felt it on race day because I didn't have any really aerobic base built up. But now I feel like I'm able to sustain longer efforts because I've been doing these days where I go really, really slow. And it sucks because I want to go fast. I want to run fast, I want to run hard. But there's a discipline that comes with trying to stay in zone 2, especially when going up hills. Because when it's flat, I can run from a 12-minute, 30-second pace. But on a hill, that sucker will drop to about 15 to 16 minutes per mile. And it's just really hard mentally to stay in that zone without wanting to push. If you're gonna do zone 2 training, you can use a watch to monitor your heart rate. It's not bad. I would definitely recommend getting a heart rate strap because it's more accurate. It can really give you a better idea of what your heart is doing in real time and help you regulate accordingly. Also, I'm kind of a psychopath. I don't run with earbuds. I just, for some reason, enjoy the sound of my feet painfully hitting the concrete. But during these longer sessions, what are some things you can do? I like to practice my Japanese. I've been learning Japanese on Duolingo. Konnichiwa. Dojo yoroshiku. Kore wa mitsu desu. Kore wa mitsu desu. Ja ne. Konbanwa. I mean, you could whistle if you want. You can pretend like you're escaping a really slow horde of zombies. I really enjoy this time though, especially when the sun's coming up. All right, I'm gonna finish this run. If you need to figure out your heart rate zones, for me, well, you can contact a coach or you can, just look up standard guides, or you can get in touch with your medical professional of your choice and they can help you out. But for me, I'd say the easiest way is just to jump on ChatGPT, input your height, weight, age, gender. It'll help give you a general ballpark figure of what your heart rate zone should be. And just train within those. There's a coyote over here. Let's see how close I can get to him. Different day, different run, different camera. Here's some additional tips to help you stay in zone 2. It's kind of like, if you've ever done lifting, it's kind of like mind to muscle connection. Over time, after doing a lot of zone 2 and running, I kind of memorized what the perceived effort is in my legs or in my body and what it feels like to be in zone 2. And I just check in every once in a while to make sure that I'm giving that perceived effort. And I don't even have to look at my watch anymore just to check. But at first I had to check like every few seconds to see what zone I'm in. Some people will say that it's a conversational pace. It's a pace that you can move at and comfortably have a conversation. I don't really subscribe to that because listen to me, I'm huffing and puffing and I'm perfectly in zone 2. Make a mind to muscle connection and check in with yourself to make sure you're giving that effort. And yeah, also relax your shoulders, let your arms swing naturally, and don't pump too hard with your legs. Just let everything relax. That's kind of key to bring your heart rate down.